Greetings, culture lovers. Troy David here at Woodbridge, Virginia, Flashback Comics, and today, I don't do it often, but I'm going to do it today because it bothers me a little bit. I'm going to call shenanigans. Now, how many of you are familiar with the history of Captain America's shield? Show of hands? Okay. The original shield that Captain America used in 1941 was this triangular-shaped design, but it wasn't too much longer after that, I believe the second issue, where Jack Kirby gave him a round shield that he could throw and bounce off of things. The shield was made out of some special material, but we really didn't get into it at that time. It wasn't until many years later that we learned the shield was composed of a unique vibranium adamantium composite with some unknown X element to perfect the bonding. An effort to recreate this metal gave us Professor Myron McClane's true adamantium, the indestructible material that coats the robotic villain Ultron and that reinforces the skeleton of Wolverine. Adamantium is not something that you can easily bond to a human skeleton, incidentally. However, we're not going to talk about adamantium, at least not in that capacity. We're going to talk about Captain America's shield. Now, in the pages of New Mutants number 40, we see Magneto lured into a confrontation with the Avengers. The Avengers have been tipped off by Emma Frost, the White Queen, headmistress of the Massachusetts Academy, that the terrorist supervillain Magneto has been seen in the area. So the Avengers show up to do what they do. The Avengers are unaware of the fact that, at the time, Magneto is the headmaster of the Charles Xavier Institute of Higher Learning. Magneto has done a face turn. Magneto is no longer into epic supervillainy. He is actually trying to help out Charles Xavier and be the mentor, leader, headmaster to the children, the New Mutants. It's not working out very well, Magneto being who he is and the New Mutants being impetuous teenagers. This is not a good chemical mix. The Avengers show up, and that makes things really unstable because Hercules, the Wasp, the Black Knight, Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, and Captain America dogpile Magneto. And Magneto, not being a villain at the time, was pulling his punches and trying not to actually hurt anybody, trying to be a hero. However, he is forced to defend himself. And in defending himself against the unique properties of the Black Knight's sword and against Captain America's shield, Magneto comments, "And his accursed shield is formed of some substance my magnetic powers cannot affect." Okay, some unique substance that Magneto's magnetic powers cannot affect? Let's review Magneto's powers. Magneto controls everything in the electromagnetic spectrum. Now, simply put, that's ferromagnetism, the ability to attract and repel metals. But that also means that Magneto has control over radio waves, X-rays, gamma rays, white light, infrared light, ultraviolet light. Everything that the sun emits, everything in the electromagnetic spectrum, is within Magneto's ability to control to some degree. Some things, like electricity and ferromagnetism, are easy for him to do. Some things, like specific wavelengths of hard radiation, are difficult, but he can do that. At this point in time, Magneto is very strong, his stamina is very high. He is in a rejuvenated body that is significantly younger than his actual age, the results of stories that had taken place in the Uncanny X-Men. And we had been led to believe up to that point in time that Captain America's shield, being composed of this unique composite, would have to be special for Magneto to not be able to affect it. We've already seen Magneto control true adamantium. He can move Wolverine around all day long with impunity. And we have seen Magneto manipulate vibranium separately. But the two together with the unknown X element, this is where I call shenanigans. Captain America's shield cannot simply be pure vibranium. There must be some other force at work, or else Magneto would have made Captain America eat that shield. So, now you've learned something scientific. Join me next time when I launch into why Hank Pym can't possibly be 100 feet tall because science and the square cube law. Thanks for joining.